said, and I'm quoting you now, the FBI uses all tools available at its disposal to combat domestic terrorism, which now apparently includes the crime of being Catholic. Let's talk a little bit about the FBI's egregious targeting of Catholic Americans. You have repeatedly been asked about the memo generated by the Richmond field office, we now know in collaboration with multiple other field offices, about recruiting sources in Catholic churches. You have repeatedly said that no human sources were approached. This is you on July the 12th in the House. You were asked directly by Jim Jordan, do you think that priests ought to be approached to give information on parishioners? You said, no, sir, no, sir. You went on to say, we do not recruit, open, or operate human sources. We do not report on religious organizations. You went on to say, this product, meaning the Richmond memo, has not resulted in any investigative action. But now we know that, in fact, FBI agents did approach a priest and a choir director to ask them to inform on parishioners. So were you lied to when you gave this testimony, or were you lying to Congress?
Hey everyone, today we're diving into a fiery exchange on Capitol Hill that has left many Americans stunned. Senator Josh Hawley has confronted FBI Director Christopher Wray over shocking allegations involving the FBI's surveillance and alleged targeting of Catholic Americans. From whistleblower revelations to questions about First Amendment rights, this Senate showdown is one for the books. Earlier this year, a memo from the FBI's Richmond field office surfaced, revealing plans to recruit informants within Catholic churches.
So your question conflates two different things. There's the intelligence product itself, which the Richmond field office created. It was written by, as our inspection found, by analysts in Richmond, reviewed by people in Richmond, and captioned Richmond field office product. Separately from that, there was an investigation of a specific individual who was amassing Molotov cocktails and posting about killing people, and it does not surprise me that there were people who knew that subject in that investigation, that is the guy building the Molotov cocktails and trying to kill people, that people talked to the witnesses who knew that person, and I think the product, the Richmond intelligence product, which cites that investigation, is actually pretty transparent about exactly what I just said.
No, I don't think so at all. In fact, the only reason we know this is a whistleblower has come forward and told the House under oath that the FBI went and interviewed priests and choir directors in the Richmond area. The House goes on to say that the FBI has repeatedly refused to disclose this information. The only reason we know it is because a whistleblower came forward with it. Just like the only reason we know about this memo is because a whistleblower came forward with it. How many other parishes around the country have priests or choir directors been approached? By the way, are Catholic choirs now, are they breeding grounds for domestic terrorism? Is this your latest theory? How many other parishes have FBI agents approached priests and choir directors to ask about parishioners?
Look, Senator, we do not and will not conduct investigations based on anybody's exercise of their constitutionally protected religion.
You have done so, and your memo explicitly asks for it. Your memo labels traditional Catholics as racially and ethnically motivated violent extremists in need of investigation. You have a list of churches, a list in the memo. You've repeatedly said we don't target churches, we don't list churches. They're listed in the memo. So how many other parishes have you gone to talk to choir directors, for heaven's sake?
As I've
know the answer to that question.
No, I don't know the answer to that question, but I can tell you that we don't investigate people for their exercise of their constitutionally protected religious expression. That particular intelligence product is something that as soon as I saw it, I was aghast. I had it withdrawn.
Really, you were aghast?
I was.
Oh, really? And
yes,
what
sir.
have you done about it? Did you fire the people who wrote it?
No, I had it withdrawn.
Have you fired anybody involved in it?
Senator, if you would give me a chance to answer
That's a yes
question.
or a no. It's not hard. Have you fired anyone involved in the writing of that outrageous memo, about which, frankly, you've repeatedly misled the public? Yes or no?
The individuals involved in that
Have you
product
fired anyone?
Just a minute. Were not found to have engaged in any intentional or bad faith conduct. And in fact, Senator, A number of the
answer
individuals
is no.
involved in writing that product in the Richmond office were themselves Catholic. So the notion
Oh, I see.
that
So
they were
therefore
targeting their own faith
Oh, so they
is
have a
nonsense.
get out of jail free card. I see. I
They-
see. So
I
you're
did
immune
not
and
say
they're
that.
immune.
The memo claimed it aimed to investigate potential threats but ended up labeling traditional Catholics as racially and ethnically motivated violent extremists. Naturally, this sparked outrage across the nation. Senator Hawley, known for his hard-hitting style, didn't hold back when pressing Director Wray about the FBI's actions, and it wasn't just about the memo, it was about the broader implications for religious freedom in America. Hawley grilled Wray over conflicting testimonies. The senator accused the FBI of misleading Congress by denying any actions targeting religious communities only for whistleblowers to reveal otherwise. In a moment of peak tension, Hawley asked, "Are Catholic choirs breeding grounds for domestic terrorism? How many parishes have you approached to gather intelligence?" Wray, visibly uncomfortable, defended the agency, saying the memo was withdrawn as soon as he became aware of it. But when pressed on accountability, such as firing those responsible, his response was less satisfying. They were simply admonished. A whistleblower testified that FBI agents had approached priests and choir directors, seeking information about parishioners. This completely contradicted Director Wray's earlier testimony, where he categorically denied such actions. This issue isn't just about one memo or one field office, it raises a broader question. How far should law enforcement go in monitoring religious or community groups? This debate over the FBI's actions and accountability isn't over, and the implications go far beyond one religion or community. Whether you're Catholic, of another faith, or not religious at all, this issue touches on something fundamental, the right to worship or not worship without fear of government interference. And don't forget, if you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world.